It's about that time. There was only so many videos I could make on Naruto before I actually talked about the main character, so let's get to it. After sleeping for about 35 episodes, Kishimoto finally decided to wake his ass up and cook us up something scrumptious. Cause no disrespect, but watching Chio and Sakura fighting Sasori just had me like,
getting kinda bored.
But to be honest, that wasn't even bad for real. But these had to be some of the worst episodes of anything I've ever watched in my entire life. Bro, I was watching this on life support. I had already told somebody to go get my reboot card. I thought I was finished. But then he would try to introduce Sai just for him to be a lame version of Doodlebob. But I'm not gonna lie, that Gaara and Deidara fight was some heat. Even though my boy Gaara got robbed, respectfully, they had my hopes up thinking he was finna follow that up with something crazy.
Nope.
But eventually, my boy got back to his old ways and dropped this for us. And it started off with Orochimaru posing like a 2010 Victoria's Secret model. Bro got no meat in his face. And we just see Naruto heated. He ain't like the way Orochimaru was talking about his mans. But we see that bro got 3 tails. And the last time we saw him fight, he just had 1. He was beating the brakes off of Sasuke. So I'm thinking bro finna go Super Saiyan. But Orochimaru just standing there unfazed. I thought he would have slithered off or something by now. With how bro was scared of that little Nine-Tails chakra back in the force of death. But nah, this time he ready. So Naruto started digging his nails into the ground like he finna pounce. Or either he getting some crazy back shot. Before he even moved, we see this prodding dweeb. Kabuto made his little chakra blade and start running. And I'm watching like, ain't you supposed to be smart, little bro? What you think this is possibly finna do? You must not remember when Naruto destroyed your guts back in part 1 in base. So he keeps running and Naruto just looks back and yells bro away. They even had to put this junk in slow motion. This bozo really thought he was finna sneak up on my mans with them loud ass sandals on. But then they saw the bridge exploding from the yell and they sent Kabuto flying back. But on the way back, I guess a trash can got in the way. And just look at what he did. Her neck is not supposed to be looking in that direction. She hits about 6 ballerina twirls and hits the ground head first, so now she's asleep. Kabuto is still flying and we see Yamato and Sai fall because they actually used their brain cells to get out the way, unlike somebody. But bro is still flying and then he bounces so hard he's touching his toes backwards. Bro thinks he's reverse Sonic. And now look at him. Dog thinks he's finna float up to heaven. Nobody. Itachi needs some help down there. I know the clan whooping his ass right now. And Yamato looking back like, dang, I'm supposed to control this man? I am not Hashirama. Take me back home. And the bridge start collapsing and Sakura starts sliding. I know she got some splinters. But then Naruto jumps in front of Orochimaru and gives us a clean stare down. And bro looks tough. But Orochimaru jumps up as the bridge falls thinking he's safe. Just for Naruto to use his chakra arm and swing at him. But he dodges with a backflip and Naruto pulls himself up. So Orochimaru's like, oh nah, and turns around and skedaddles up out of there. So then we see Sakura still sliding down and Yamato's dumbass is calling to her. Like bro, she been on the ground for a minute now. And you just standing there spectating. Go help her. So he finally does something and uses a wood jutsu to keep the bridge from falling. But she just ends up falling anyway. But I'm thinking Sai finna drive by and scoop her up and we could be good, right? Wrong. This man Sai hits a 90-degree turn and flies straight past her. Bro been on his red pill time and he has one goal and it does not involve a So then Yamato actually does something useful and makes this tree that goes down and catches her. And then he hits a sigh of relief like he's the one fighting. But you cast 2 jutsu Tio. So then we see Orochimaru weaving Naruto in this pitch black forest until this explosion just goes off. And we see Orochimaru fly out of there. But he missing the arm. Man think he shanks. Then we see Naruto down there looking like a demon ready to pounce again. But then the HIV kick in for Orochimaru. His mouth start opening. And I'm just like, dang bro, you finna throw up? And I guess I was right. Cause all we see is 2 hands coming from inside this mouth. He dislocated his jaw and pushed himself out of there. And then bro had the nerve to whip his hair back with all this undisclosed liquid on your face. Man must think he had Instagram thought. You need to go get checked, my brother. Then he tell Naruto that he's still weaker than Sasuke. And Naruto was like, alright, bet. Starts upgrading to 4 tails. So all the bro's skin just started peeling off and blood started floating up. But for some reason, the editor was like, nah, we gotta show the real stuff. And they pan back to Yamato holding Sakura until she wakes up. Like I'm supposed to care. Wasn't nobody watching this and like, ah man, I wonder how Sakura's doing. And then we see Kabuto still sitting against his tree healing himself. But bro actually takes his glasses off. He didn't even take his glasses off when he had Sage Mode. That's how I know Naruto must have gave this man brain damage. And speaking of Naruto, bro's over there going crazy. This little clip right here is so cold. W animators. But this yell messed up the forest even more. Even destroyed Doodlebob's bird. He's cooked. But can somebody tell me what the hell this dude Orochimaru doing? Bro, you are not light skinned if you don't get off the ground. But then Yamato clone pull up to see what's going on. And we finally get to see the transformation. And this man is looking devious. You can't even tell that he the one that's supposed to be the hero. So then we see them 2 facing off. And Orochimaru horny ass over there with his tongue all out. Like somebody gotta get this man help. He's still not done. Next thing we see is this man throwing up a million snakes. And they just start rushing Naruto. But then we see the snakes even got swords in their mouth. And I just gotta know what was bro cooking in that lab. You gotta be a sick individual to come up with all this, bro. So then Naruto faces off the sea snakes and then just slaps the shit out the ground and just incinerates all of them. At Yamato back there fighting for his life again. Even Sakura and the other Yamato wasn't safe way back there. But then we see him slam his hands into the ground again. But this time he goes into the dirt and tries to catch Orochimaru lacking. But he saw her coming and turns into Michael Jordan jumping out the way. Naruto's on his ass. He ain't letting him go that easy. crazy. But Orochimaru been training with Leland, he trying to get in the Weeb Nation. He got there dodging crazy. Just look at this backflip. Bro waited for him to catch up just to flex. But I guess he ran out of stamina. He just stops and shoot this random snake out his sleeve. Do not ask me where it came from. And wraps it around Naruto's arm. But it just incinerates too. So Orochimaru's like, bet. And just throws himself up again to stop himself from burning. So he starts slithering away like KD leaving the thunder. And then goes straight in and connects on a mean right. Look how far Bo stretched his arm. He was not holding back. But Naruto just makes a clone come out of his body and slaps his in half. So I'm like, finally, bro. It ain't no way you got another one in your throat. But then all of a sudden some snakes just come out from each half of his body and connect it back together. And I would have been pissed, dog, cause what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Yeah, man, he's cheating. So then after he reboot up, we get another stare down until Naruto starts spazzing, shooting all these little orbs out his body, cause now it's time for the special attack. And they just start floating around him while he down there tweaking. So they all start floating into each other. So I'm just waiting on the Orochimaru like, you really finna let him charge this up, bro? This nigga said, that looks like trouble. Well, go stop him then. What are you waiting on? And then it condenses down and the weight of it put another crater into the ground. And now Orochimaru like, oh nah, he started going for the gold medal and backflip up out of there. The whole time Yamato just watching. Like, nigga, your sole purpose of being here is to control this man and you just watching. I guess he's still scared of Orochimaru or something, cause who knows what was happening to him in that lab, messing with his freaky ass. But then Naruto just dislocates his jaw and swallows the tail beast bomb whole. Bro got talent, but the weight of it just make him sink into the ground. Then he just started expanding, looking like that girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So then he started breathing heavy, but Orochimaru like, bet, that's finna be light work. So Naruto finally finished charging up. Had me thinking he was Vegeta charging up a final flash and shoot out this crazy tail beast bomb cannon. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, this dude is finished. But he looking like he been waiting for this his whole life. So he's summoning these big ass walls thinking he's Donald Trump. But that tail beast bomb was not playing. That shit had the whole force right for his life. Even had Yamato up there hitting a Dougie. That jump was so crazy. And then the dust finally settles and we see it make these two paths in the forest. But the middle part where the walls were good. So I'm like, damn, some strong ass walls. And then we see Naruto and bro look like he ready to keep going. Man's got 99 stamina. But then they show Orochimaru just spiked head first into the ground looking like he doing a robot. And just look at bro's leg. That is not how it's supposed to have been. And I can't tell if he destroyed the walls or if Orochimaru got knocked out and they went away. But then all of a sudden this sword fly out from the ground and stab Naruto dead in his chest. I don't know what kind of sword this is because this shit just keep going. Got Naruto flying through the air. Then we see it's just another snake with a sword in his mouth. But then this Orochimaru right behind him because the snake is in his throat. I'm sorry, but this gotta be investigated. He can't keep getting away with this. But this man just keep flying out from the ground. And bro is all neck, no body, looking like that lady from Little Nightmares. Then he just slammed Naruto into the ground and pushed this man all the way through the forest right back to the bridge. So then they show Orochimaru up in the air like 3 miles away. And bro, just look at his neck, man. I know a career just for you, buddy. But eventually we get to see Naruto and he's grabbing the sword. So I'm thinking he caught it and he's chilling. Then he let go and Orochimaru just started pushing even more. He ain't taking no chances. He want that man in a pack. The whole time Naruto just chilling because his sword can't even pierce through his skin. And now I'm like, dang, this fight finna be the whole series. He's never go die. But then Naruto just grabbed the sword and yeeted away towards Kabuto. He jumps over it and then we see it's going towards Sakura. And something gotta be wrong with her, bro, cause she's just standing there like, oh boy, it's coming right at me. But Yamato goes and saves her again. So then after that, Orochimaru just retracts the sword and starts going forward. But then this dweeb Kabuto start instigating and end up making Sakura get flashbacks of little Naruto. And now she's depressed, that got her crying. So she decides to run towards Naruto trying to bring him back, I guess. And I just want everybody to look at this. It look like she running slow as hell, right? But somehow it makes a gust of wind blow on Kabuto. Now I ain't the smartest nigga in the world, but I know for a fact it ain't look like she was moving fast enough to do all that. But then she trips and Naruto just stare at her like, bitch, who are you? And pimp slap her with one of his tails and got her twirling in the air again. So Yamato start trying to restrict him, but Naruto like, nah, I got one more in me. And swing at her again. Like this was getting tied up. And instead of trying to break out, bro said, nah, I need to get one more lick in. But Yamato stops him just in time. So then Kabuto like, now's my chance to actually touch a woman. But Yamato like, no, he knows what a predator looks like. So then Kabuto start healing her from deep like he Curry. But then Naruto busts out the jutsu like he's pissed. But this time Yamato on timing. He pull out that Hashirama jutsu and smack Naruto dead on his chest and start turning him back to normal. And just guess what Orochimaru over there doing while this is all happening. This man is sick.